Hello. Seeing how many people are showing up here today. I was on the wrong Zoom channel, so sorry about that, guys. Let's see how many we got here. Oh, we've only got 2 people here. Wow. I'm pretty sure we sent out the wrong link, guys. Oops. So yeah, might not be the right link. So I think I made the mistake of sending out the link to a lot of people, which is our /JonBenson.com/Zoom, which is, this is not that link. So if you guys are showing up, you're getting an email from Leanne, I'm assuming. So hey, why don't you say hello if you're in the chat, and we'll see if we have enough people show up here to do the call. Our mistake. We're going from Zoom to email, from Webinar Jam to Zoom. So I think I just screwed that up. Oopsie. So yeah, let me know if you can hear me. Somebody say hello and make sure that we've got people that are here, so you can hear me, and we'll go forward from there. Okay, so far no one. Can it say hello? If you're in here, say hello, so I can make sure that you guys can hear me. Okay, Alta. Interesting. Okay, guys, bear with me one second here. For whatever reason, the chat is not working either. So I'm going to try to close out of that and start it again. Okay, let's see if that works. So let me know if you guys can hear me or not. Okay. Okay, so you can hear me. We get one person who can hear me. Okay, so we're gonna have a small meeting today, guys, because the Zoom link that we mailed out 2 links, and one of them was wrong. So yeah, that's my best guess on this one. So hope you guys, I'm glad you guys are here. So we'll have a probably pretty short call today. Apologies. We're moving to a different platform here, like I said. So this is Q&A. So we're basically going to just take your questions, and as we always do, dive into Email Copy Pro. And I have to play managing the participants here today, guys. So bear with me. I am not used to doing it, so bear with me. Leanne has got a medical emergency going on. Not with herself, but with somebody in her family. So we're wishing her the best. So it's just me here, guys. So, all right, we've got Richard, John, Lewis, Nell, Ron. Got some people finally, we've got more and more people coming on. Good. All right, so hope you guys are doing well. Let me know what you want to cover today inside this training. This is all Q&A. Basically, what questions do you have regarding Email Copy Pro? How can I help you? We have lots of new stuff again coming out. We have a major update coming out tomorrow, or is it tomorrow or Friday? Tomorrow is Friday. Yeah, tomorrow, I think. So that's exciting. Some really cool, I think a really cool feature that we've worked a couple weeks on, and we'll have our content library debuting within less than 2 weeks as well. So got a bunch of stuff. Have new emails, new sequences. We have a live event sequence that we are creating, and new live event emails. We have, we're just adding more and more emails every single day. There's new stuff being added all the time. This thing is getting really massive. So we got new affiliate emails. We got new affiliate swipe templates for you guys. It's just getting better and better. So, and also as a little update here, I just finished the filming for the Epic Email Inbox Branding Masterclass. And that is going to be 4 hours of me training live video and going over inbox branding just to solidify everything that you guys already have inside Email Copy Pro. We are going to be selling that as the entry point for Email Copy Pro. So just so you guys know, everybody that is a member in good standing will get that course for free. So that's a $1,000 course. We're going to give it to you just because we're cool. So now the only way I can hear from you guys, because I can't hear anyone. If anyone's talking, I apologize, can't hear you. I've got everybody on mute. So please do the chat and let's get going with questions. I'm happy to show you guys some of the new features. One of the coolest new feature that I'm going to be shooting a video for. I got a lot of videos to do, guys. A lot of videos to do because we've added so many sections to this thing. It's like I'm having a hard time keeping up. Team's kind of going nuts. But we've now got multi-select coming out, and you're going to be able to create your own sequences, your own campaigns without. So right now we have sequences and solo emails. Now you'll be able to select 5 emails, create a sequence all of your own, and it's really slick and cool. Love it. I love that feature. And it will pull in and allow you to, it'll pull in, even you can create like even sequences within sequences. So it's just that much more power that we're giving you guys to choose from. We're in the process of tagging all of our emails much more thoroughly. We're going to give, so you'll be able to look for emails that are like that involve fear or goals or plans, or you'll be able to search with a lot of common language for emails that you want to use. And yeah, that's what's going on. So that is the update. The multi-select is something that all the power users are going to love this because I'm a power user, obviously. But the guys I talk to that are all copywriters or guys that are using this for generating like 10, 20 emails a week, they're like, man, you know, the old feature allowed me to select multiple emails at once. Yeah, it did, but it didn't allow you to look at it from a niche perspective. Like, in other words, you'd select them all, but it would pull in every variable. Now you can select it all, and it will only pull in the niche variables and do it in order. Very slick way of doing it. You guys will love this. Look forward to showing it to you. So that's good. So hopefully we got some calls, or am I just going to lecture people on email today? Because if any of you guys do live events or virtual events, because we're ending up with a really cool live, and it will end up being virtual as well, summit, live event and summit section that we've added into Email Copy Proven. Yeah, there's no screen to share because you guys haven't told me anything yet. I'm having normally I have someone reading questions to me, so if I share my screen, I can't see the chat. At least I don't think I can. Let me see. Maybe I can. I'm just not used to Zoom here, so I'll tell you in a second. So let me see if I can pull up the questions here. I don't like being chat. Let's see. Okay. Yes, I can. Okay. Awesome. Okay, this is my ignorance of Zoom. So awesome. All right, guys. So Okay, can you hear me now? Okay. Sorry guys, just power just blinked out. Just or my computer bombed. So right when I was share screen and everything went black. So we're back. Hopefully back. We didn't lose it. It's kind of cool. You can come back in a deal here. So let me try what I was doing again. I'll share my screen again. And hopefully we will see Email Copy Pro. There we go. So I'm going to go back and see if I can get the chat. That, by the way, that's when the power went out is when I went back to Zoom and got the chat. So I'm really hoping that's not like a Zoom thing. So give me 1 second, see if I can find the chat window. Well, I had the chat window here before, so I don't know where it went. Give me a second here. I don't have anything I don't need. Meeting, show chat. Here we go. All right. Hey guys. Okay. So, so tell me what you want to see. I can show you. There's tons of new stuff. Like I said, that I can show you inside the staging side, or I can just show you what we've got going on here as far as new sequences and emails. We've got under promote, under categories. You'll see that we now have an events category here. If you go under events, if you do events, we're going to create a sequence. We haven't created the sequences yet, but you'll come in here and you'll see a live event promo, early bird, short. We've got several, the live event early birds. And this one right here there's tons. I mean, just this one right here, I'll give you an example of one. In fact, I'll show you because how many of you guys know Mike Koenig's? Mike is using the system and he produced this, from the system, and this is what he mailed out to his list. Just to give you an idea of how potent this is. This is one email, guys. This is a 1,500 word email. That's again, the power of the system is really unbelievable. And so if you have a live event or a digital event, you can use this particular template for that. And they're very clever. You've got really great, okay, you need all that, so that's good, it's there now. You've also got shorter event emails, affiliate event emails. We're going to be having the whole sequence ready in the next week, because that's it's great when we have something where we actually we have something that's really specific that someone needs. But this is a great, super short, right to the point. Are you coming? Here's the event. Notice that Email Copy Pro pulls in what the early bird discount is, when the early bird ends, how much you save. 7 reasons for attending. We have specific goals. This right here is specific to an event. We have an entire speaker library that you can pull in. Notice it just pulls it in, whatever you need. So if you come over here, you look at the speakers down here, you just click on Dave Asbury, and look, if you wanted to pull in any of these other speakers, I just click JJ Virgin, and I can pull in JJ Virgin. So, and JJ Virgin is not the creator of Bulletproof, but she is this. So click on that. There we go. So pretty cool. So using some of the best promo emails we found for live events, which was a combination of 4 different marketers and myself. So we've got a combination of 5 guys in here, and obviously with Mike Koenig's eye on this thing too, it's going to be great for the team. Great for the team. You guys get all of this stuff. So that is in Mission Control now. And I will take you inside the staging site. If you give me a moment here. Staging is very slow, by the way, guys, because staging is just by the nature of staging is slow. It's not as fast as the real site, but I did want to show you this. We now are going to zoom this up so you can see it. This is not live yet. This will be live tomorrow. But now you're going to have the ability, if you go under promotion, you just click view all, doesn't really matter. And now you see it's got all these sequences. You've got all these different solo emails. Let's say that you want to view everything. But let's say that you're like, I don't know which one I want to use. Now all you do is click this, click this, click this, click that. Come down here, it added it to the library, and now we start a whole project. Start the project. So now you have a project. So I can say my demo project. And I'll select my niche, come down here. I'll select digital marketing. and I'll generate it. So I selected 4 emails, and because I don't know which one I want to use, or I just want to create my own sequence. So I just created my own sequence of 4 different emails. Yeah, we do. We just keep piling out. Notice it pulls it in order. So these are all 4 emails done. They're all completely done. So now I've got my own sequence. I know that I wanted to use these, and the only thing I don't have to do is I don't have a dream result entered in here, but that's okay. And I wanted the digital marketer sequence in, so I pulled that one. So notice it's all completely done. So yeah, it's really, really cool, and great job to our programming team for doing this, for making it as effortless as it really is. I'm going to go back over here to mission control and show you something else here. So we'll view categories. This is going to work. So let me do it for real, how I'd really do it, which is to view categories. Come over here, view categories. I'm going to promote myself. And again, we're pulling up all the different things here. And let's say I want to promote a video sales letter. Well, I'll pull up a video sales letter and I've got sequences, and look at all these solo emails I can use. I can use tons of them, right? Well, let's say I want to narrow it down even further, and I want to say I want to use an aggressive tone. Well, now I've got just, what is it, 7, right? But let's say I don't know which one I want to use. I'll check these 2. It's going to load right down here. Let's say I select this one. I go, nah, Viagra's a little too harsh. Just delete it. So this is for tomorrow's release. Yeah. Click it. And now you've got that. So we've just made this. So this is going to call my aggressive version. And I'll select the digital marketing and generate it. And there we go. So it pulls it in order, and it will allow you to select sequences and solo emails. So I could create, if I pulled in a sequence, it might have an 8 series sequence in order, and then it would solo email, etc. So now you got all this. So now I can literally just get this down this simple. Notice that this is completely done here, right? The only thing it's not done is anything I haven't entered. I don't have a solution analogy, so I have to click here and enter a solution analogy, but it's done. And I've got my own little sequence. So really cool. That was a requested feature, and it's something that I have wanted because I use this all the time. So that is going to be live tomorrow, guys. I did have our head programmer, Ted, take out up here, you're going to see in the next 2 weeks, called the content library. And that's going to be really cool, because right now to create content, you go under Inspire, and then you'll manually create your own content. What we're going to do is we're going to provide content for the top 5 niches, which are the most generic one that you can use for anything is going to be personal development. So anything dealing with motivation, goal setting, personal development. You could use that in marriage. You could use that in training. You could use that in business. It doesn't matter. But we're going to have specific niches in health, business, relationships, and there's one more. What am I forgetting? I'm forgetting the other one. There's one more. So we're gonna have 5 total categories for. So in other words, the articles will be, unlike email copy pro stuff. The articles, if you choose, I'm in my health niche, they're going to be all health articles. Like, here's 5 signs of a heart attack. So you wouldn't want to send that out if you're an email marketer, All right, but you'd want to sign up. But we do have a marketing niche. Then you would say, hey, 5 tips for great subject lines. Well, it's awesome. So we're going to provide you guys with content, but it's not just content that you would get like from a PLR source. You'll pull in this content literally by just clicking a button, and it will pull it into whatever niche you want it into, as long as it matches the niche. Like, you wouldn't want to enter, and this is an added service. So this is the only thing that's not free. Everything else, this is an added service, because this is a lot of work and this is an add-on, but it's a cheap add-on. And this will give you, our goal is to give you at least 10 to 15 new articles a month to send to your list. That's content, all content, so you can mail your list over and over again. But then we pull in your data from Email Copy Pro. So let's say that I pull in a generic article that says, hey, five tips for, and by the way, these are all regenerable too. So that, in other words, no one gets the same article. So it's not just one article. It's multiple variations of it. So you might pull it in to say, if there's anything I know from my name of your product readers, it's that you would like to know how to avoid a heart attack. Wouldn't we all? Here are 5 warning signs of a heart attack. Down the line, it says preventing a heart attack is something I obviously everyone wants to do, but my product, in case you haven't seen it yet, is blank. It's this. So in other words, all of your data, the most important fields in the Epic email setup are going to be used in these articles. Now, the good news for you guys that are lazy, if you're super lazy and you haven't done your entire sequence, you haven't done your entire niche, I'm sorry, and you've only done your Epic email setup, which is literally only 90 minutes to do, all of the article content pieces will work for you. So I'm making this the lazy man's ultimate copywriting tool. We're still going to get you a soft promo in there. Now, you can't do a full promo because you didn't set up your full sales page. Soft promo. Can't do like an event. You have to set those up individually. But you can send out content pieces, and then we'll give you the great content. And we're pulling these content pieces from some of the top content writers on the top content search engines. So this is very good stuff, and it's an added feature that we're going to add. It's an added monthly feature of $97 a month to get the content if you want the content library. So that was, you don't have to have it. It's an add-on. You can take it if you want it. But it's something a lot of our customers think that they thought that they needed, and you don't need to build your own content now. So we have it now where you can build your own content. Like if you go under Inspire, you can see all the different types of content pieces that we provide. So we can provide you with templates to say, hey, write a content piece that says, this guy, you think this is a bad guy, it's really a good guy. Okay, in all our different content pieces. But there's no way that we could say 8 warning signs of a heart attack, because that would be specific to health. But now we can. We can say 5 clever ways to write a good subject line, or 3 essentials in a sales page, and that would go for the marketing niche. If you're in the business niche, 3 ways your business can grow using social networking. In other words, generic content that's really well written, but that ties in for like Sal, for example. You do business stuff. You might say, here in Australia, where I'm from, blah, 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 it'll pull in your data. It'll pull in our so-and-so product is you mentioned the so-and-so product in the PS. PS, in case you haven't joined our so-and-so, you can join it here. So the content pieces are actually, again, dynamic to your niche. As long as you choose the right content piece. In other words, if you choose a health content piece and you try to send it out to a dog training niche, it's going to be kind of weird. Like, here's how you avoid a heart attack. And God knows everyone that follows the doggy training diary knows that you want to avoid heart attacks. It doesn't make any sense, right? So we've made the niches for the 5 most common, and one is generic enough to where almost anyone can use it. And that is the motivation. Like, how do you set a goal? And so you'll say, for example, I'll use dog training because it's such a weird niche. It's like, when it comes to dog training, it's so vital that you set a goal. Here's 5 goal setting tips you can use. And it works great with name of my dog training book. So that works. The same exact content piece would work for a health niche, a business niche. So we've tried to make this niche, this content section, to where any one of our users could use at least the motivation sections and have at least 5 to 10 emails a month to send out, where you don't have to write content. And this is content that you can use openly on a blog. You can post it to medium.com. You can post it to all the various article networks so that you can start getting traction. And the final thing I want to share with you is I've become friends with and doing business with the #1 writer on medium.com. He's the top guy out there, and he's building 20,000 new users a month from not spending a penny doing it. He's just writing articles. Well, it pays to be a member of Email Copy Pro, because he was a big fan of mine and came up to me and said, "Is there any way we can work together?" I said, "Yeah. Do you have a way to help my peeps write articles and put them on medium.com? Because we're going to be able to provide you with the content. You don't need to write the articles because we know how to do it. They just want a place to grow their list." He goes, "Yeah, I'll come on and do a webinar. I'll show you. I've got a cheap course to teach you how to virally create article content." And yeah, so it's going to be great. That's going to be a way for you to grow your list. I mean, he's growing 20,000 a month, and he's not spending a dime on traffic. It's all article content. So you guys want to grow a list? Hell, I'm doing this myself. So that's we got a lot going on. Needless to say, that's our update. Hopefully that is enough to keep you guys pretty inspired. Yeah, John said, I've been considering Medium. Well, honestly, I'd heard of it, but I never even looked at it until I met Ben. And when I saw what it's doing, it's like, oh, okay, it's a Twitter meets e-zine articles. I mean, this goes back to e-zine article days. I mean, back when I first started, I used to publish on e-zine articles all the time. And, you just publish articles and you get seen. Well, this is different. So here's what's really cool, guys, is, I basically say, hey, Ben, if I publish something myself on email marketing, tag it. Well, if the #1 guy on Twitter tags you, what's going to happen? Well, now the #1 guy on Medium is going to tag me. So if you guys start posting and I get all these tags, I'm going to have my staff go in and tag you guys. So in other words, if I win, you guys win. Does that make sense? And that's going to be good for us, good for business, because you guys will want our content module. Now, granted, you got content inside the Inspire thing, but this is going to be so simple. You literally just click a button and boom, out it's done. It's completely done. So it's like, it's as easy as it gets, man. Email Copy Pro is already like the most badass power engine out there, but we wanted to also give you an easy way to do this. And what's not easy is to provide every month, to provide 10, 20, 30 articles every month that's fresh. In other words, we're not finding articles other people have written. We're doing this internally, and we're making sure that we have like 10 different versions of it in there. If that's not easy, that's difficult. But that's why it's a $97 a month add-on to that. That's going to be a big thing. And that way you will be able to use these articles on Medium. You will be able to use these articles on a blog post or on a Facebook ad or a Facebook post, because we want you to help you grow your list. And of course you can use them to send out by email. You should be sending out 5 days a week. And the only way you're going to send out 5 days a week, I know this because I'm the same way, is if we make it easier for you. Email Copy Pro is easy as possible to write it. As you can see how easy it is to create these kick-ass promotional emails, engagement emails, etc. Content, we're going to have to limit to, at first, these 5 niches. I'd love to do content for 30 niches, but there's no way. We don't have the staff to do it. We'll eventually grow to the point where we have the staff to do it, but people are saying, well, can you do the so-and-so niche, like the essential oil niche? No, we can't. Essential oil would be considered health tips. So almost any niche you guys are in, I can tell you that what content pieces will work. For example, Sal, I just know Sal just because he's been on just about every call. Sal, he does association stuff for business owners, but business tips would work great for Sal. Business is really awesome. But also motivation, Sal. Like, hey, here's 5 tips to get going in the morning. Like a great article that Benjamin wrote was 8 things to do before 8 a.m. in the morning if you want to be productive. See, I could send that to you guys. But imagine sending that article with all of my, okay, so picture this is how it would read. Like 8, if I was to borrow his article, which I'm not going to do that, but if I was, like 8 things to do before 8 a.m. in the morning. A lot of my email Copy Pro customers, especially the ones that are really wanting to master persuasion triggers, want to know in inbox branding, want to know, how can I be more productive in the morning? Well, believe it or not, there are 8 things. So you don't have to do any of that. It will all be in there for you. And if I pulled it up inside my niche. If you pulled it up inside yours, it would say all of your stuff and completely reword the article. So that's really kick-ass. Seems Theory, I think that's how you pronounce it. If that's not how you pronounce your first name, you can grammatically correct me there. When you say it seems really powerful, just have to start using it, are you referring to Medium or Email Copy Pro? You're referring to Email Copy Pro. I can tell you exactly how to start using it. This is oh God, well, here's where you start right here. You literally start where it says Epic Email Setup. Get started. Just do that. Theory, promise me, and tell me if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Promise me that when we get off this call, you're going to click Get Started. This will take you about 60 to 90 minutes tops, and then you will have everything in the starter emails and starter sequences ready for you to use. Every single one of these will be completely done. So you can send your first email out tonight. There's no reason why you can't send an email out tonight. None at all. Now, this is a starter. In other words, this is the first 12 sections. These are the most important 12 sections of Email Copy Pro. Let's say the most important, the most broad scope, like what's your primary solution, what's your product name, what's your offer page, obviously the essentials, right? But when you get done with that, then go into the engagement, promotion, inspiration to send content, consumption, and say, click it and go, okay, I just want to, oh, I need a promotional email. Well, then you'll have half of it already filled out, and the other half you might have to click on a link and fill in the data there, but just use it as you go, and boom, you're done. That's how you start doing it. So it's, yeah, I really do believe we've created, you know, pretty much the easiest platform you can use for a power tool. I mean, it's, you know, this is not funnel scripts. This is not script all. This is A-list copywriting. This is not, this is the Ferrari of copywriting software, but we've made it as easy as we possibly can. And we're going to continue to make it even easier as we go along. But right now, Epic Email Setup, get started, boom, your tutorials will be generated in 20 seconds, and just watch each video. Each video is like 4 minutes long, bro. 4 minutes long. Oh, yeah, you have to translate into French. I know enough French to be dangerous, my friend. I lived in France for a year and picked up the important things. Yeah. Vous êtes très jolie, mademoiselle. You know, the important stuff. You know, I don't know how to say, how can I get to the train stop, but I can say that. But yeah, you'll have to translate email in French. Yes, you will, because that's not possible for us to do. And that has been a common question. Like a lot of our marketers they live in Germany, they live in France, they live in, you know, different places, right? And so we've been asked, hey, can you get a push button translation? No, because can you imagine how terrible that would sound? You know, because you speak French, right? Yeah, can you speak Australian? Exactly. Yeah, that I could probably pull off. Yeah, and that I know that you have to do it, because one of my best friends lives in Montauban, and he is obviously French, and he will take our copy and he translates it into French, and he's in his broken English, he's like, man, it's so hard to make this say that, you know, it's so hard, you know. It's really difficult. So e-commerce, so specifically, what can you be more specific, Richard? Like what to use for e-com? Let me know more specifics here, because we can I can tell you how to do that. Like in other words, are you selling products on Amazon? Are you can you let me know more? Because I actually did a tutorial for the top guy in the world for webinars, and he has the top Amazon product. He did $10 million on his launch for it, and we have all of his emails inside Email Copy Pro. He was kind enough to donate them. Of course, we rewrote them and gave you multiple versions of it, but that's e-commerce as you get. That's driving right to. Okay, so new program. So you just sell online? In other words, you're just selling digital products online, Richard? Maybe I don't know if there's a lag here. Maybe there's a lag, but let me know more about that. A mix. Okay. Yeah. Well, if it's a mix, then you've got, all you gotta do is go Epic Email Setup and then starter sequences. And if you look under starter sequences, you'll see here's a promotion sequence. We only got a few in here. This is the only one. The reason why we only give you one is because we want to get you off the starter as soon as you can. But this 3-day cash machine is a very simple 3-day promotional deal. Like in other words, I'd start it today and we go offline on Sunday, right? So that's a great little sequence to use for that. But as soon as you get done with all of your Epic Email Setup, just go into promote, few categories like I was doing over here, and you can see all these different promotional things we have in the more advanced sections. But they're not hard to fill out. Like if I just fill out just my getting started niche, I go under like a flash sale, for example. Well, we got several different flash sales here. Here's a digital marketer style. I'll just click this one here, and I will start this project. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. And let me see here. I'm going to use just this is a niche that I've titled, as you see, Epic Email Setup Only. That means I don't have any other fields other than my setup fields, which took me 30 minutes because I know the system backwards and forwards. It would take you 60 to 90 tops, Richard, tops. And now notice that this is almost completely filled out. I just don't have an offer detail. I don't have there's a few things that I don't have. But notice that I've already got the name, the system for dieters. You need it right now. Let's say I want to say system for fit. I like fat burners. I'll change that to fat burners at only blank. So I don't have my offer price in here. So I just click here what my offer price is. This is how easy it is to fill this out. One payment of only $37. Okay. act today, you're going to save $47. Recurring price, I don't have, so I can skip all this down. I can skip this. All right, I'm going to say, let's say pretend I do have a recurring price. Three payments of $17. Just to give you an idea, acting today, you save $47. Think of it this way. That's less than the cost of what? A cup of coffee per day. I use that all the time. It says this deal expires Monday at midnight. PST. So that's all I had to do. Now I've got this completely filled out, and now all I have to do is click regenerate, and all those fields will fill in. Anything, see, notice all this filled in. I just got to enter the exact offer value, which I haven't entered yet. So the total retail value is, on this particular product, it's 97. Whoops, 67, my bad. Total bonus value is $30, and it's going to bring it to $97. So again, if I hit just regenerate, that's all I got to do is hit just regenerate to pull all of this back into the copy. And as you see here, then now all this is done. So I've got this email done right now. All I got to do is put my greeting in here. So that's how long it took me to do a non-quick start. So now I've got all this in my niche forever. So just take one thing that you need to have done and pull it up and dive into it. You know. Now, if I want to say system, I can use a different word here. I can say, here's a really cool trick. I'm going to show you an advanced trick. Okay, this is the USP, what I call the USP factory. Now, this is just under enter the offer USP. A USP is exactly what it sounds like. A USP is a sentence that explains your product. What followed was a truly unique system for dieters that helps you overcome diet destruction by giving you foods you can easily live on, and all without ever counting calories or suffering through it. So that's an elevator pitch. But we walk you through how to write this elevator pitch literally with drop downs, okay? All you got to do is, you know, for men, so I'm going to show you some goal here. So let's say that I wanted to call it a system or a blueprint, you know, but I didn't want to have to just redo this whole thing. I click copy, I click this, and I change system to blueprint. So now all this data is exactly the same. Click out of it, but choose this one now. So now it's a blueprint. So now I've got both system and blueprint in here. And if I hit regenerate, it will change them interchangeably. I live in keto, man. Yeah, just FYI, this is actually real upcoming product. I'll be releasing it toward the end of the year. But yeah, so I've lived in keto long before keto was popular. So yeah. So do a system for Ask Method? Yes, we do. We do indeed, and I will show you that. Let's come over here. I'm going to get out of the staging site here, guys. So I'm going to go back to the real site, and I'm going to go under emails, just because I've already got this generated. So I'll just show you exactly what it looks like, and I'll go under quiz, and let me see what it's at. Real dose quiz. Here it is. I think I clicked on the wrong one. Sorry, guys. Let me see. Yeah, I did. It's a bucket quiz. There it is. So it's under bucket quiz. I'll tell you where this came from, but notice it pulled in the instructions. Here's your bucket quiz answer. So it all pulled it in right here. It's got everything you need right here. Yeah. So really cool. So all you do is go under machine control. And again, you're promoting, right? Right? It's a promotion. So if you don't know, you can view categories. You're going to promote yourself. And right here under quiz. If you go under quiz, you'll see the 4-day bucket quiz right there, brother. So all you have to do is think, what do I want to do? I want to what? I want to promote something. I want to engage my list. So I clicked under promote and said, well, what are the categories of promotion? All I did was look at quiz, you know. We made it pretty freaking easy. So here's the solo emails for this, but here's the entire 4-day quiz. So if I take the entire 4-day quiz, I might as well generate it for you guys for fun. 4-day quiz, and I'll use, let's see, I can't remember what I called that demo. It's right here. We did it for a company called Real Dose, and it will generate the entire quiz for me. So this is based on one answer. So I would, if I had 3 answers, I would duplicate this funnel and get, so this is, notice it does say, come up here. This is the one I want to use. Click view. And look how specific this is, guys. Isn't that cool? I mean, just read through this data. You can't tell. This is a very, look at this, how specific this is. Yeah, it's kick ass, isn't it? Yeah, it's funny, guys. When I get people like actually watching me do this, you realize the power tool you have sitting at your fingertips, because you saw how fast I did that. I mean, there was no, all this is a completed niche. The only difference between you and me is I just filled out all the variables in this niche, and I'm going to show it to you right here. Like if you come over here and you click niche, here's the niche for this particular entry. It's called Real Dose Quiz. And if I click on overview, here's everything I've got filled out. I filled out my greeting, my avatar, my complaints, my all this stuff is filled out. I didn't fill out my credentials or my name, but that's okay. Causes. Notice these all, except for the cause analogy, the primary cause is 0. But everything that's not 0 is filled out. So if I click on this, here's a mistaken belief. You have to have a dozen prescriptions. you know. However, the truth is the right management plan will keep you from restriction to a minimum. So it's already filled out for me, right? Now, what's really cool is I didn't actually fill any of this out. I filled out only the specifics. I used our pre-existing health, general health niche. So I went under niche. I said, choose a niche template, choose general health, and then I could go in there and edit it from there. But that, what you saw is what came out of that is, I'm just going to go back over here to the emails here, and come here and type in I have to type anything in, it loads it up at the top. And as you can see, not only is it pull up, but just check out the freaking, like, this failed miserably is good, but I like this one right here. Look at this. Check out this email. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's email. So we're based on a quiz, right? No, 7 hours at least of solid sleep is such a simple tip. However, it's a big part of the equation when it comes to hitting your fitness goals, especially for type C metabolic types. Notice we know what this is all about, type C. So in type A, type B, type C, right? So I would have 3 different niches. One is a niche. I would duplicate this niche. Once I finish it, it's all done. And then I would come in here and duplicate the whole thing and say type A. And all I would do is change all the type C's to type A's, because the type C's is a different thing. Type C's are going to have different data, but that's all I need. Yeah, this is right out of Ryan Lebeck's model for bucket IO quizzes. I mean, this is right out of there. But notice, look, we're going to rediscover really a way to help you reduce cortisol levels that dates back over 3,500 years. Now, how the hell do we know that, right? Well, you know that because this is all inside this template. Like, look at this. Today, we're going to discover a way to help you what? Ancient secret, reduce cortisol levels. So I've got 2 of them. I've got mindfulness and reduce cortisol levels. Mindfulness, what is it going to do? This ancient secret will help you reduce cortisol levels. This ancient secret dates back how long? Over 3,500 years. All I'm doing is filling in these blanks, and look what's coming out. Today we're going to discover reduced cortisol that dates back over 3,500 years. It's a cortisol slayer, but only recently have metabolic health experts convert as huge benefits. It's called mindfulness. And so this just reads just like an article, as it should read. But all this data is in Email Copy Pro, guys. Like literally you could start from scratch with this email right here. You can go into this bucket quiz, not have anything filled out, and start clicking on all the fields and fill them out. I mean, here's one of my favorite promotional emails. I think they did a great job with this one. They call it the silver bullet promotion. So notice that this is the last one. It drives you to the, drives you right here. So notice that it knows in the last email, we talked more about the deadly domino effect that every type B person is subject to. So I would change that to type C, because that's actually, the type C's, not type B's. So I was showing people why I wouldn't do type B's. So you could do this all in one area. In other words, I could do it type A, type B, type C. I was showing type B, type C. But if I did type B, I'd have to regenerate it over and over and over again. Like, in other words, all the answers that came in, I want to show you what I'm talking about here, guys. This is an advanced tip, but you guys probably need to know this. So back here, the very first email that goes out is your answer. Notice that it says type C metabolic type. Type C's often struggle with da-da-da-da-da. If I click regenerate, now it goes to type B. Type Bs do something totally different. So now this is all for type B. So I can keep this all in the same exact niche, but it's easier to do type B by itself and then duplicate it and create a new niche called type C. That way you don't have to regenerate, because the next one might be type C. Like this one is type C. See, this wouldn't make any sense. So I have to regenerate this until it comes up with type B. So you can do that. Now I come up with type Bs. See? So, but yeah, so these are different ways you can do that. So some people don't mind the regeneration. Some people don't mind doing this. Oh, I want this one to be type C, okay? So, but then you have to remember where every little type C thing is. So your type D transformation plan, I'm gonna change that to type C. I personally like to do them in different niches. So when changing type B, it's linked to all, yes, exactly. So, but only here, like if I change this type C and there's something down here that says type C types, have red blood, it's not going to change it. That's a different field entry. So the only way to do that is to do this. Like, watch this. I'm going to change this to type B. Let me go back to the first one, guys, because this is a great question. So let's look at this type B metabolic type. Now, just keep your eye right here. If I change this to type C, watch this. That didn't change because this is a different field entry. But here's how you change it. Click regenerate and just wait till it comes to the type you want. Now type B is type B. Click regenerate again. Type C, type C. If it was 9 types, do you see why I would suggest doing 9 different niches? Because you have to regenerate. They get kind of old, right? So yeah, very powerful. The system's often awful powerful, but yeah, I would. Now look how many times it had to change it. In type C metabolic types, you are likely suffering from elevated cortisol. Well, if type B was you're likely suffering from low cortisol, you certainly want to say elevated cortisol, right? But notice how many times it uses your type C. Now it pulls in a whole transformation plan. Getting a good night's sleep. Here's all these tips for getting a good night's sleep. All this is now type C. So yeah, this is the and this has been in since day one, guys. This isn't new. This is this has been in for literally since January. So. I don't understand your terminology, deep dive email. Could you be more specific? I mean, we have emails that, so I know Ryan personally, but I don't know his system inside and out because honestly, we do our own thing. So a deep dive survey email, if you send me an example of that, we can put it in the system. So if you have do you have an example you can send? If you do, send it here. Send it there. Okay. No, I won't. I will be taking a little bit of a hiatus in November, so I need to take a break from stuff. So I'm going to be in LA for the month of November. But yeah, send an example of a deep dive survey email to support Email Copy Pro, and chances are very great we already have something like it. And if we don't have something like it, I'll reach out to Ryan and say, hey, can we put this inside the system? So that's what we do for all this stuff, by the way. Is like the reason why you have this right here. This was written by Buck Risby, the guy who owns RealDose, and written off of Ryan Levesque's template with Mike Lovich's template. So I took it and made my own version of it, and now you have this hybrid that is from 4 really good marketers. So on the other hand, I've got emails from guys that literally send me emails like Agora. We've got Agora publishing emails in here word for word. They said, just use them. We love your system, use them. So you guys have that. Todd Brown emails, his webinar promotional emails, just use them. Use them. So we're creating the ultimate email wiki, but we're also doing it with our own touches. And of course, it's all inside your own voice too. So you just can't beat it. I love Todd and Agora too. I am speaking at Todd's event. That is one thing I am doing. So I will be at Todd's MFA event. And yeah, Agora is pretty badass. Leanne is fine. Yeah, it's next month. Yeah. Leanne is fine. Leanne has just a family issue going on right now, and it's yeah, keep her in your thoughts. If you pray, she's fine. It's just someone in her family. So, but yeah. So these things happen. So, all right, guys. Thank you for coming on here. So I look forward to you trying it, Theory, and yeah, um, um, très bien, très bien. Hey, no, you guys are welcome. Any other questions here, guys? We spent a lot of time. Yes, très bien. Moljo? Gracias. Yes, I speak about as much Spanish as I do French, which is terrifying. So any other questions I could answer for you guys? Now, I know we went through a whole lot of stuff here, but yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff to go over. This is a very dense system, but it's very simple. Just remember, guys, always go here. Mission control. You can't get lost if you filled this out and you go, what do I want to do? What do I need to do? I need to promote something. I need to inspire my customers to buy. Well, click this. How do you want to inspire your customers to buy? I want to give them a free gift. Well, look at all the free gift emails we got. It's perfect for an opt-in. Here's an email alchemy free gift. This is really badass. Daniel Levis gave these three emails to us. These are two of them. So Daniel Levis, one of the best email writers in the whole world. We have his stuff in here by permission, guys. Email alchemy. It's like a $3,000 course. We got 3 of his emails. I mean, because Daniel's a good friend. So yeah, guys, you're seeing like what's underneath the surface, you know. Oh, Terry, yeah, sorry that you missed the call. You know what, Terry, I think that was my fault. I asked Leanne if it was our typical Zoom link, and she said yes, and it wasn't. So I actually almost missed it myself. So we only had about like 10 people show up. So that might have been what caused it. But just to show you what I'm talking about, like if you want to promote something, you click this. Just click it and go. That's all you do. Now I need an opt-in, and what they call it now, Daniel calls it a propagation follow-up, which is great. So I'll say opt-in, and I'll use. Let me see here. I will use my digital marketing. Generate. And look at this. All done. Look at the size of this email, guys. Hey, let me give you guys a quick tip here. No, you look at this, and you just really can't beat this stuff, right? I mean, I'm sending this email out, you know, 5 inbox branding secrets is going to be our pull to our new webinar. I'm sending this out as is. I mean, why would I rewrite what Daniel Levis wrote? Now, granted, we'll have different styles and different voices in here, but you know, this is Daniel's really awesome email. Now, what our team will do is go in here and create 10 different versions of this sentence, or 10 different versions of this story, so that when you regenerate it, there's no way it looks the same. But it doesn't really matter. Just use it as is. It's just like, it's right here for you, the ultimate opt-in email. So it's very, very cool. So this is one that Daniel wrote, one you John wrote, one I wrote, one Ryan Dice wrote. You guys, it's the best library you'll ever find. I mean, you're not gonna find a better library. So just dive in here. I hear we have competition, more competition. Some yahoos on what's the name of that place? What's the really cheesy internet marketing site that you God, it's name cheesy internet marketing sites. The one that they've got a lot of cheap products. Warrior Forum, I think it's called. Is it Warrior Forum? I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, there's some guy on, I think it's Warrior Forum, and we're coming out with a knockoff of Benson's blah blah blah. Yeah. Good luck with that. Yeah, what they're doing is they're literally stealing emails. Yeah, Warrior Form. Yeah. Good luck with that. They're stealing emails from A-list marketers. You don't think they're going to come after you? I don't, or they're writing their own copy. It's either one of the two. And you know, unless you get a whole team of A-list copywriters, good luck with it. But yeah, it's kind of funny. So yeah, let's. If any other questions, we got. I can tell you exactly where to go to get anything you want inside Email Copy Pro. But the key here is exactly what I just did. Now I was able to generate that email without anything other than a few clicks of a button because I'd completed that niche. So if I had just done my Epic email setup, I would have had to click on a few links to complete that email. But even then, it would take me 15 minutes tops, and there's no way you're going to write I'm sorry, guys. I'm not trying to be insulting. It's impossible for you to write a better email than Daniel Levis, or it's just not. It's just not possible for you to write a better opt-in email. I mean, he's one of the best email writers I've ever seen. And so let me pull the curtains back on something else. I just got off the phone with Jason Fladlin, and some of you know Jason. He is the top webinar guy in the world, and he's also a customer inside Email Copy Pro. He's using this to promote, and I'm very honored about this. One of my heroes is the guy that founded the X Prize Foundation, Peter Diamandis. He's a friend, but he's also a mentor of mine. So Peter Diamandis is launching something. It's a little hush-hush right now, but Email Copy Pro is going to be doing all the emails for Peter Diamandis' launch. And the reason I love Peter is because he is putting spaceships on asteroids and mining asteroids and doing amazing stuff in the world. This guy he wrote the book Abundance. I highly recommend the book Abundance, especially if you're in a bad mood. Read Abundance, because he mathematically proves to you that the world is getting a lot better. Stephen Kotler, co-author of that, great guy. So anyway, so Jason's using Peter's stuff. And Jason said this word for word today. He goes, I wish more marketers knew that short emails get high clicks but low conversions. I go, exactly why we use a combination. Did you see the size of the email I just showed you? That was an opt-in email. That had at least 500-700 words, probably about 700 words. So the clicks that you will get on an email like that are lower. But do you realize, we've done the studies on this, the sales you get from it are 2 to 3 times higher. So when people say, I'm getting a 25% click-through rate, well, yeah, you've got an email that's got 6 sentences in it. You're going to get a high click-through rate with short emails. That's why we use them sometimes. Like if you look at, let's go back over here to look at, let's look at the same thing I just looked at. I want to inspire, and I'm going to inspire by a free gift. Let's look at a short one. Like here's a free gift short. Okay, it literally says short on it. So I'll do a short one here. And what I would do is I would split test these. I do a 50-50 split test, one with Daniel's, one with this one, and see which one gets higher. Now, if I'm wanting just sheer clicks, like in other words, if I know I got a kick-ass video sales letter page, look at it. This is it right here. This is totally it right here. I'm going to come up here, select the top one, which I always do. That's that whole email. Now, that email was written, how long did that take me, guys? Did that take me, what, like 15 seconds, right? I'm done. I'm done. All I got to do is pull this into any email. It doesn't matter, Aweber, Get Response, Post, whatever. Format it. I even know what to call this link, get it free. That link is going to be this URL. Obviously, you don't get a free cat, but that's my humor. So my point to this is, which one of those is going to work better? Well, I will send out 50% to this one and 50% to the other one. And I will send that out to 10% of my list. So I'll take a 10% section of my list at random and send 50-50. And the winner goes to the other 90% of the list. But I can tell you right now, I'm not going to judge the winner on clicks. I'm going to judge the winner on sales. Because this email will get tons of clicks, and if I'm going to an opt-in like this right here, it's okay. You want as many clicks as you can, you're good. As long as the page you're going to is good. But if you're selling something, longer emails will get fewer clicks, and they'll get a ton more sales. And let me tell you, this freaked out. I'll go in here and show you this real quick. This freaked out Mike Koenigs when Mike used this, and here's Mike's first email. So I'm letting you guys see some under the scenes stuff here. So look at the size of this email. This I showed you earlier. This is I think around 1,400 words. Like I'm gonna go to word count, wordcounter.net. Yeah, look at this, 1,473 words. That is a freaking sales page, man. This is actually better than their sales page. And this came out of Email Copy Pro in seconds, right? So the only thing missing down here is because they didn't have this data, so you can just delete it. But the point is this is done, right? So I would send this out, and Mike said, oh my God, I got 10 people complain, and we had 600 people click through. I go, yeah, you had 10% click-through rate, which is amazingly high on an offer that's basically spells out exactly what this is, right? There's no guesswork, there's no blindness there. So that's 600 highly qualified leads going to your page. If I would have said, hey, I got something you need to see, click here, he would have gotten 2,000 clicks, 3,000 clicks. But they would have gotten the page and went, nah, I'm not interested in live event. So don't let long emails scare you. You want to use both long and short. We use short, we use long, we use them strategically. Like, for example, I'm going to go ahead and show you this because, again, I don't think Mike would mind. Like that's his first email. And the email that goes out, the third email that goes out is this one. For a second email goes out, this content. And the third email is this one. And this one's super short. Now, I showed you guys at the first of the deal, this new live event thing. But now I'm showing it to you for different reasons. So this one's this much shorter email. But this is going to get higher clicks, but not necessarily higher sales. So that's the lowdown insight on clicks and sales. Hope that helps. So that's my lesson for today. That lesson comes from some of the top marketers on the planet. So please do pay attention to it. And Daniel Levis preaches this gospel all day long. He's the one saying, he's on his webinar, he was freaking me out, man. He goes, look at the clicks that when he did my seller, I actually hired him to write some of the accelerator emails when we first did the launch. And it's the only guy I've ever hired to write copy for other than me, because I love his emails. And he said, look at this, man. This got a 9% open rate, so not a great open rate. And it got like 2% click-throughs. So lousy click-throughs. But you know how many of those 2% bought? Almost all of them. So I'm like, who freaking cares? So my first thought was, wouldn't it be great if we had 10% click-throughs? It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So, you know, so when people say, oh, I'm getting 25% click-throughs, yeah, but how many people are buying? You know, I can get 25% click-throughs by saying, hey, go here and get something free, click, you know, it doesn't matter. So, I mean, so what you want to do and what Email Copy Pro does really well is it educates, inspires, entertains, and it gets the clicks. So that is what I'd like you guys to focus on is making sure that your emails are balanced. You have long emails, you have short emails, and Email Copy Pro, as you saw, has all of that. So that's my speech for the day, guys. Hopefully this is helping you guys. And let me know if you have any other questions. If not, we'll call it a day, and which is going to be a good thing for me because I get to talk to my best friend who's now back in the States. So I get to call her and have a good conversation with her. And then we're going to work on some more stuff to get this thing ready for you guys tomorrow. I got to shoot some videos, get you guys all trained up on how to use what I just showed you. This is pretty simple. You click a button and go, oh, you can build your own sequences. Any other questions, guys? How are we doing? You doing good, everyone? I'm going to assume that silence means you're just stunned. Hopefully that means everything's good. So. Okay, if we don't have any other questions, I will call it a day. You guys, thank you again for joining me. We will get, yeah, there must be a lag here, so there's probably a lag, but you guys are welcome. We will get, so yes, about the recording, it will be available, Terry, but Leanne is the person that does this, and she is obviously attending to something far more important, so I don't know when. Sometime tomorrow is all I can tell you. Okay, but we'll make sure that you get it. And what Leanne does is she loads those Zoom trainings into our Digital Publisher YouTube account. So that's where this will be held. So guys, again, thank you so much for joining me. And if you have any other questions, send support at emailcopypro.com, and I'll talk to you guys next week.